Hi, my name is George, and I'm here today to share with all of you the amazing things that our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine can do. At Stampin' Up, we care about you, and we want to make your crafting experience the best it can be. So, before we introduce any item to any of our product lines, we make sure that it coordinates with other products. Product coordination is one of our key priorities, and it is the reason that our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine is the ideal companion piece to our stamps, inks, and papers. This is the smaller version of our standard Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, but don't let the size fool you. The mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine is made with the same solid steel frame construction and durability as its larger counterpart. In a compact, portable, and affordable design, the size makes this machine ideal for smaller crafting spaces when storage is a concern. And its lightweight makes it perfect for on-the-go crafting. Stampin' Up! Offers a wide selection of dies and embossing folders that are compatible with the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Both our catalog and website indicate which dies and embossing folders are compatible with the mini machine, so you can easily shop for companion products. In printed catalogs, look for this icon. Online, you can find this information in the product details for each tool. Now let's talk about some key highlights of the hardworking mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. First, it has a 3.5 inch or 8.9 centimeter wide platform to maximize all of your crafting needs. And because it's compatible with many Stampin' Up! Dies and embossing folders, it adds so many possibilities to your crafting creativity. The mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine is a great value for all it can do. It will cut out open images that directly coordinate with stamped artwork, as well as intricate detailed designs. You can also use the machine to create texture and background details with both standard and 3D embossing folders. As I have already mentioned, the mini machine is constructed with a solid steel frame, offering precise pressure for amazing quality, strength, and durability every time you use it. With precise pressure, you can expect crisp, clean cutting and beautifully detailed embossing. Now, when you unbox your mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, you'll notice that this machine comes fully assembled and includes an instructional guide. The mini machine has 4 rubber feet to help grip to your desk or table. If they lose grip, simply wipe them clean with a damp cloth. It's also important to make sure you are using the machine on a flat, level surface. Now, both the carrying handle and the rotating handle are designed for a comfortable, ergonomic grip, and the machine works for both right and left-handed users. The sturdy, full contact platforms are foldable for easy use and storage. It's also portable to allow for home use or taking it to a class or group activity. Did I tell you that all the plates and platforms needed to make beautiful, precise cuts are included? The plates allow you to make what we call a sandwich that applies pressure to the die or embossing folder when it is fed through the machine. A sandwich is a combination of plates you need for cutting or embossing. The plates used in the sandwich will vary depending on what you're using them for. The process is simple to learn and easy to do. Diagrams for all the different sandwiches are printed on the base plate, standard embossing plate, and the 3D embossing plate. To make things easier to remember, we have added numbers to all the plates that you need to use for each different operation you perform. Setting up your sandwich for each type of die or embossing folder is simple. Before running the sandwich through the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, make sure the plates are staggered for ease in feeding your sandwich through your machine. Now, I am going to walk you through the functionality of the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine so you can see how easy it is to use. For the best experience possible, we recommend placing one hand on the top handle while rotating the side handle with the other hand. If you need more leverage and stability, stand up when using the machine. Now let's begin by building a sandwich for using dies. Start with the base plate labeled 1. Place one of the clear number 2 plates on top of the base plate, and then place the paper or cardstock you are cutting onto the top of the number 2 plate. Next comes your dies, with the cutting blade face down onto the paper or cardstock. The final step is to place the second clear number 2 plate on top of the dies. And voila! You have a sandwich that is ready to be fed through the machine. You may hear a cracking sound as the sandwich is fed through the machine, but don't worry, this is totally normal. Detailed dies often cut out lots of small, little pieces, while open dies typically cut around a stamped image. So if you find that some of the more intricate cuts don't separate from the paper after they are cut, you can use the brush tip on our Take Your Pick tool to easily clean out those stubborn small cut paper pieces that don't fall out on their own. Now that you have seen how to cut using dies, let's look at how to prepare a sandwich to use on standard embossing folders. Just like the die cutting sandwich, you start with the base plate labeled 1. But when you are embossing, you do not use the clear number 2 plate. Instead, place the embossing folder with the hinge facing forward toward the machine, and next you add the paper or cardstock you'll be embossing inside the embossing folder, and place the light gray number 3 plate on top to complete the sandwich. Next, let's build the sandwich for a 3D embossing folder, which is a little bit different. When using the 3D embossing folders, you start with the bottom number 1 base plate, followed by the 3D embossing folder with the paper or cardstock inside of it. Remember, place the folder hinge first into the machine. Then, the medium gray number 4 plate on top of the embossing folder to make the sandwich. So there you have it. So simple and so fun. Since you will need a different sandwich for standard embossing folders versus 3D embossing folders, I'll share a hint to be able to tell the difference between the two. The standard embossing folders are not as thick as the 3D embossing folders, and the 3D embossing folders also have a more pronounced sloped hinge, as you can see. Both types of embossing folders should always be fed through the machine hinge first to make sure 2 sides of the design are properly aligned. Now, a word of caution. If a sandwich has difficulty going through a machine, make sure it has the right plates in the right order and is staggered for the machine entry. Forcing something through the machine in an incorrect sandwich could cause damage. So double check everything if something doesn't feel right. Here are some tips and tricks to ensure the best results with your mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. When using dies, make sure your dies run through the machine blade down. Dies are designed to cut through 1 sheet of paper at a time. Staggering your plates allows for easier, more gradual entry into your machine rollers. Whenever possible, place dies lengthwise and at an angle so that the full die edge does not enter the rollers all at once. Don't overfill the space on your cutting plates, as this could result in needing to pass your sandwich through the machine multiple times to complete the cuts. It can also create additional bruising on your image if the plate is loaded too full. In rare cases, due to variances in the product specifications or a product being well loved and heavily used, you may need to run your sandwich through your machine more than once. or add a shim to your sandwich to get the results that you want. A shim is a thin piece of material that is added to the sandwich to increase its thickness. This can be as thin as a single sheet of cardstock. This increases the pressure on the die or embossing folder, which results in cleaner cuts and better impressions. But as a reminder, if your sandwich doesn't feed through the machine with minimal force, it's too much and you should stop and adjust. When working with embossing folders, if you would like an even deeper impression on your cardstock, we have a couple of tricks for you. You can either spritz the cardstock lightly with water, or simply bend or curl the cardstock to help break the paper fibers for more flexibility before running it through the machine. To extend the life of cutting plates, regularly flip the plates over so that each side gets equal use over time. This is also helpful to utilize the entire surface for cutting. For example, we recommend you move your dies around. Don't always place them in the same spot. This machine proves that good things can come in small packages. It really is amazing and elevates stamping projects to the next level. We love that it allows you to easily cut out stamped images, cut beautifully intricate detailed dies, and easily add texture with embossing folders. Our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine really opens the door for additional tools that enhance any paper crafting experience. We are proud of this tool and its quality, and are excited for you to experience it for yourself. Our social media channels all feature projects using our machine that will inspire your creativity. We'd also love to see your crafting creations, so please share your designs on Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest, and use the hashtags #ShareYourMoment and #ShareStampinUp. For additional information, please contact your demonstrator or visit stampinup.com/cut and emboss.